the holodeck was created in an era where there was a rage about this newfound notion of virtual reality, and people were building at universities large rooms called caves where you put on glasses and saw 3D and couldn't see the wall seams, for example. So it was in line with the reasoning of its time, and that work has continued to this day. Now, my comment on this computationally is that we will see interactions and experiences like the holodeck well before we see sentient beings like data. We're sort of on that path now. In fact, you might even call a cave sort of like that, plus or minus the haptic or touching experience that we feel objects and material. We already have groups working on real-time interactive holography. It turns out it's limited by the pipeline, the bandwidth. It takes a lot to build wavefronts right now, so it's clunky and slow the way maybe TV was in the 1940s, lots of 45 lines or whatever it was back then. But you can see the path to that happening, to really building wavefronts and interacting with them. Secondly, we're much better at watching humans and observing gestures now and figuring out what they mean to touch, and then simulating the actual physics of the world. And we have sort of an idea about how we might go about and create haptic-like experiences. That might be the hard part. I wanted to show you a clip of a couple of projects, actually about 3 or 4 projects, very fast-paced, in our lab, on my team, on the interaction part of our team, that's combining machine vision and gesture to create new kinds of experiences, along with some physics simulations. So why don't we roll that clip? Now, this is a system called Lightspace. It's pretty new. We're using a 3D camera to visualize a whole space. And once we do that, we also wash that space in light with 3 projectors, be a point of light. We could take surfaces like foam core and wood and make them active, as well as volumetric gestures, which we're not going to show right now. We can allow people to do gestures and connect things together. We can grab documents, track a hand, and do physics on a little ball, and then throw it up on a wall, carry it around, hand it off, put it on paper, for example. Other versions of this include juggling plastic white balls and texture mapping them in real time with polka dots and stripes rotating, or hitting somebody with water and so on, making it paint. This is a simulation now. We're doing lots of work on interactive simulations. This is all simulated, tearing flesh-like material or rubber material with your hands on a flat surface. The computer is doing the simulations. We're getting better and better at that, better and better at new kinds of telepresence to allow 2 people to occupy the same space. It's not really shown here, but each person, 1,000 miles apart, can move around any way they like, and the system re-registers their hands to the same space-time for drawing a sketch together or playing checkers or whatnot. This shows the direction we're heading in. These are all today's technology. You can imagine how we can compose these together into new kinds of experiences on the trajectory, on the path to the holodeck.